What's good, everybody? In this video, I'll be making my picks for the 2024 College Men's Basketball Tournament, and going to be just basing these off of vibes. Not really that much analysis, but here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, starting off with the East region, going to go with UConn to move to the round of 32. This is a tough matchup to pick from, but going to go with Northwestern. We got San Diego State UAB, going to go with San Diego State. Auburn to the second round. BYU to the second round. Illinois to the second round. Upset here, Drake to the second round. And Iowa State. Okay, moving on to the second round for the East region. We got UConn to the Sweet 16. This is a tough one. This is going to be a really great game if it happens. Gonna go with San Diego State. And then going to go with Illinois. And an upset here, Drake. So for these Sweet 16 matchups, I'm going to go with UConn to advance to the Elite 8 versus Illinois. And then UConn to get to the Final Four from the East region. Moving on to the South region. We got Houston moving on to the second round. Going to go with Nebraska to get to the second round. Upset here, James Madison over Wisconsin. Duke to the round of 32. Here, it's going to be a great game, I think. But going to go with NC State, the Wolfpack, to get to the round of 32. Kentucky. If it's Colorado versus Florida, I think it'll be more of an interesting game. But going to go with Florida nonetheless. And then Marquette. Okay, round of 32 for the South region. Got to go with Houston to get to the Sweet 16. Going to go with Duke. Although if James Madison did pull off the upset, I wouldn't be mad. That would be amazing. This is going to be a really competitive game. Kentucky, NC State. Going to go with NC State. Let's go. Okay, and then we got Florida, Marquette. I think this will be another upset. Going to go with Florida. All right, Sweet 16, first matchup, Houston, Duke. Going to go with Houston to get to the Elite 8 versus Florida. And then getting to the Final Four from this region, I have Florida. From the South region to the Final Four. Okay, we got the West region now. Let's go with North Carolina, Michigan State. Upset here, Grand Canyon over St. Mary's. Alabama, New Mexico over Clemson, another upset. Baylor, Dayton, and Arizona. Round of 32 for the West region. This will be an amazing game. But going to go with North Carolina. They're playing better right now. And then let's go with Grand Canyon to get to the Sweet 16. Upset here again, New Mexico over Baylor. And then Dayton over Arizona. All right. We got Midwest region now. Oh, nope. Still got to do the Sweet 16 matchups. North Carolina over Grand Canyon. And New Mexico over Dayton. And then going to the Final Four from the West region. Going to go with the UNC Tar Heels. Okay, here we go with the Midwest region now. Purdue to get the second round. We got TCU, Utah State. This will be an interesting game. But going to go with TCU to get to the second round. We got Gonzaga versus McNeese State. This is a popular upset pick. I mean, yeah, I could see it happening for sure. I'm going to go with Gonzaga, though. We got Kansas versus Samford. You know, gotta go with Kansas. We got South Carolina and Oregon. Going to go with the upset. Oregon Ducks. Creighton versus Akron. Going to go with Creighton. Texas versus Virginia or Colorado State. I think an upset could happen here. So, going to go with it. Virginia or Colorado State over Texas. We got Tennessee and St. Mary's. St. Mary's has returned. Can they do it again? I don't think so. Gonna go with Tennessee, unfortunately for St. Mary's. But here we go. Round of 32 for the Midwest region. Purdue and TCU. Going to go with Purdue to get to the Sweet 16. We got Kansas and Gonzaga now. This will be a good matchup. Really close game for sure. But gonna go with Kansas. We got Oregon versus Creighton. Let's go with the Oregon Ducks to get to the Sweet 16. And then Tennessee versus UAB/Colorado State. Going to go with UAB/Colorado State to pull off the upset. Okay, we got Purdue versus Kansas. Going to go with Kansas. Okay. Yeah. We got Oregon versus UAB/Colorado State. Going to go with Oregon. And then for the Elite Eight matchup, Kansas versus Oregon. Going to pick Kansas to get to the Final Four from the Midwest region. Here we go to the Final Four. We got UConn versus North Carolina and Florida versus Kansas. Yeah. Okay. So for this first matchup, battle of the 1 seeds, going to go with the UConn Huskies to get back to the national championship game. And they'll be going against the Kansas Jayhawks. And then in the national championship game, we got Kansas versus UConn. Going to go with the Kansas Jayhawks to win the national championship. Tiebreaker, I'm going to say 135 points total scored in the national championship game. And yep, there we go. It might be a biased pick, but you got to be delusional sometimes, and especially for March Madness. What better time to be delusional with your picks? Anyways, let me know who you guys got for your Final Four picks or for the whole bracket in the comments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. You guys know, one shining moment.